Hey, social fam. I am Portia Sharp. You are getting ready to embark on one of my favorite parts of my job. Today, I am here analyzing a listing that did not sell the first time. It's a sale listing. We refer to it commonly as an expired or withdrawn listing. So basically, the house was on the market with another agent and it didn't sell. So when you have a house that doesn't sell, it comes down to one of three issues: either a pricing issue, a house issue, or an agent issue. Okay. When you have a pricing issue, it just means that where your house is positioned in the market, how it compares to the other houses around you. I like to say within a quarter to a half a mile, but we can go out to a mile. It just means that you're overpriced for the market and what's around you, comparably. Number two, if you have a housing issue, you still have a pricing issue. You can have a pricing issue without a house issue, but you can't. When you have a house issue, you have a house issue and a price issue. The house issue could be something that's majorly wrong with the house. It could be something wrong with the structure. It could be, you know, the renovations are not done well or not done at all. It could be um, a major mechanic or something wrong with the house. Either way, your price should go ahead and align with that issue as well. And then if there's nothing wrong with the house, nothing wrong with the price, then we have an agent issue. And an agent issue, which is number three, means that your agent did not do their marketing, their job, their negotiation. They just dropped the ball somewhere on their part of the process. Okay. Might be a great agent, might be a great person, but they just may not have done a great job to market and position your house properly. So we are here in Cleveland Heights on Colonial Avenue. My seller is not here. This is not a listing appointment. I am simply evaluating the house to see why it didn't sell the first time and if this is something I can help them get done this time around. So follow me. We're going to tour the house. I've got my handy dandy notebook and we're just going to take some notes and see what we find. Do you like my shirt too? I made it myself. Yes, I like it. All right, come on, let's go. So from the outside of the house, I'm just looking at the curb appeal. To me right now, it looks like the grass needs to be cut. That's not really the biggest issue because, you know, that could have been cut last week or when the house was on the market. Um, you know, it's not so much of a big yard. It's not much of a big driveway. That could be one of the things influencing the house, the buyers, because a buyer might want a big yard. But that's a price versus value thing. Each buyer values something different. So I can see that right off the bat. It is kind of close up on the neighbor's house. I do see a nice new air conditioning unit back here. So that's a good sign that um, the seller did put some money in it. It's a cute little house on the outside. Definitely um, more of a preferential style. It's like a wooden siding, which I happen to like. But again, I'm not the buyer. All right, now I'm looking for the front door and the lockbox. Okay, here we go. So this essentially would be the driveway, and then this would be the front door, which is technically the front of the house, but from the front curb, it looks like the side of the house. So that might be a thing. Still cute, not anything necessarily alarming so far. I didn't check the roof out, but I will on the way out. Let's just check the inside. Let me get my lockbox code. While I'm doing the lockbox here, I said this is one of my favorite parts of the job because it has always been my specialty and my niche to help sellers that didn't sell the first time. I don't know what it is about it, but I have had people trying to sell their house for a year or more, and as soon as I get it listed, we're sold. So we got it open. Let's come on in and check this baby out. So right off the bat, as I walk in, it feels welcoming. It smells welcoming. Um, I like the way they have the furniture. I'm going to go ahead and start with this room here. First and foremost, you have the bedroom that is right at the main entryway. Okay, it's good that we have a first floor bedroom. Um, it's definitely a preferential thing to have it right here. But this is a nice size bedroom. Looks like there's at least a full size or queen size bed in here. Nice big window, nice skylight windows, big ceiling fan. That's a good thing. Couple of chips in the paint. Nothing that won't prevent it from selling, but it is kind of um, a notation that a buyer might make. All right, so as we enter the living room here, it is a decent sized living room. You have your couch, you have your love seat, so we know that at least that furniture fits. We've got recessed lightings. Paint's pretty good in here. It is an open flow to the kitchen, which is a plus. You can tell the countertops were and the backsplash were put in sometime recently, maybe not the cabinets so much, but pretty decent. Okay, and then let's see where this door opens up to. Okay, so this is something that would be kind of a turn off to a buyer, at least in my perspective. This, if you can see through the screen, and the door handle is off, but um, this you can see leads straight out into the next person's house. And as a buyer, I think that would kind of turn me off. But that's a part of a house problem, and that's a part of a house problem that you just cannot fix. You can't fix that. You can fix the countertops, you can fix the backsplash, you can fix almost anything, but you can't fix how the house is positioned on the street, on the parcel, and how close together the houses are. That is a builder thing, not necessarily the seller thing. So, when you have a house problem that you cannot fix, you have to fix it in the price. Okay. All right. So let's move along here. So what I am looking at right now is the next bedroom and a full bathroom. So I'm just going to start in the bedroom. All right. So the bedroom here is definitely smaller than the first bedroom. Here is just enough space for this may be a full size bed and maybe a small dresser. I'm noting too, this is along the same wall as that um, door we opened in the kitchen. So if you look at it here, right outside your bedroom window, you're also right up against your neighbor. Again, that's a house problem. Nothing that the seller can do about that. So it's just going to take a buyer that's okay with that. This is a pretty interesting bathroom. It's actually a rather large bathroom, which I like and I prefer. You've got some extra closet space here. You've got your standalone shower, and you also have a deep tub. Now, that is pretty big in the buyer world. People these days are loving having a standalone shower and a tub. The bathroom could use a little bit more sprucing up and updating, but it's definitely perfectly fine for a buyer to come in that might want to do some of their own personalization to this bathroom. There's a lot of potential in this bathroom. Love it so far. Um, I did not see any upstairs, so we're definitely here in a ranch style home. Okay. And I noticed that we were on foundation and not um, a step up. So essentially, we're talking about we're in a two-bedroom ranch style house in Cleveland Heights. It's a rather small property. This price was at 140. To me, I think that's a pretty good price for this area, because if you have a house that is a bigger house, more bedrooms, you definitely would go up in price. The prices in Cleveland Heights in this area are significantly higher than 140. So I think that they were priced very reasonably. Maybe could adjust a little bit on the price because of some of the nuances that can't be fixed. But overall, the house on the inside looks good. It looks pretty well taken care of. I don't see any flooring issues where anything's tore up, just the one little spot with the chip and paint. So to me, this is a pretty good setup. Now, the seller did say that they had an offer that fell through, and the offer fell through, I guess, because there was no air conditioning system. But as we've seen, there's a new air conditioner installed when we looked outside. So he improved that. Um, so let's go outside one more time. Let's look at the roof, and then we'll go from there. Uh-oh. Check and make sure it's locked. Okay, so in order to look at the roof, I'm just kind of standing back as far back as I can get to where I can see the highest point of the roof. I'm looking for any shingles that are missing, any spots where the roof looked like there's been patched up work, and that's usually you can tell by some mismatched shingles. And so far, I don't see any of that. The gutters look like they can use a good cleaning because you see a lot of leaves in there. But again, it's fall, it's Cleveland. That's just what we're going to get. So from this side of the roof, looks pretty good. Looking at the foundation, it looks pretty good. Pretty sturdy. Don't see any cracks in the driveway. Nothing outside that stands out majorly. And I'm just walking on the other side to see the other half of the roof. Now, as I'm walking, I notice that the neighbor's house looks like it might be under some construction, which, sometimes just the way the neighborhood looks can play a role. Looking at the other side of the roof, still same. It looks pretty good. Looks like it's in great condition. Fireplace or chimney, I mean, looks like it's in pretty good shape. Overall, the look and the feel of the neighborhood. Everybody's house looks pretty well kept, maybe except the neighbor right here, but it looks like they're doing some kind of work, so we can excuse that. But drivability, this house is in a main area here in the Cleveland Heights. It's close to um, the Superior, Mayfield, Coventry. So it's definitely in a nice area. As I drive through or as I'm walking through, it looks like a nice neighborhood, a nice walkable area. So when buyers are looking at their homes, they're also looking at the area too and not just the home itself. And they're just picturing themselves as a part of the neighborhood and a part of the community. So far, I think it's a great house. I think that the price is just about right. We can maybe use some adjustment. I think the issues here um, lie within the house being so close to the neighbors and maybe not having as many bedrooms as people are desiring. They're desiring that 3 bedrooms and more. So it's just going to come down to A, the right buyer, and B, adjusting the price for that buyer. Um, Hopefully, I will have this house repositioned on the market in no time. And you can come through, you can look at this house and see if it's a good fit for you. I mean, the neighborhood is certainly great. And I think we can get the job done with just some little tweaks. All right, thank you. I'm Portia Sharp. You can follow me at The Sharp Real Estate Group on all social media, The Sharp Real Estate Group 01 on Facebook. And you can call me at 216-559-5831. If you are having trouble selling your house, again, this is my favorite thing to do. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today and evaluating this stale listing. We're going to refresh this listing and bring it back. Catch you next time.